Welcome to Antelope News. I'm Hannah French.
And I'm Grace McDonald. The deadline for new Greek housing is drawing near. The fraternities are set to move in next semester. Project manager Greg Kristen gave me a tour of Martin Hall while it undergoes renovations. UNK officials have discussed plans for new Greek housing since project manager Greg Kristen was a UNK fraternity member.
Is it everything you dreamed it would be?
As an alumnus, Kristen is keeping UNK's promise by managing the Martin Hall renovations and sorority building construction.
I think we always knew that Greek housing would happen at some point, but I don't know that anyone thought it was going to happen this quick. It's been pretty fun to be involved from this side of it and helped to give kind of that Greek perspective on the project team.
The $32 million project will preserve historic features with large windows, a porch, 235 beds, chapter spaces, and a great room. Next door, green space will connect the sorority building. Here on the other side of campus, fraternities and sororities are currently living in university residences north and south. The students have offered feedback for this project since the beginning. Recently, Greek leaders toured the new dorms.
It kind of does feel like a separate campus just because we're kind of secluded. So I'm really excited to get back on the main campus and be able to show the rest of campus what we're all about, because we're kind of in our own little bubble over here.
The current dorms were built in the 90s to last 20 years. Since the building contracts expired, residents have experienced problems such as flooding and leaking. Fraternities will move next spring and sororities will move in the fall. UNK will also host alumni tours during homecoming week to say hello to Greek life's new home. For Antelope News, I'm Grace McDonald. Campus visitors may catch a glimpse of UNK's newest addition, the Antelope Statue. I welcomed the newest member of the Loper family. What was once parking lot 32 is being transformed into green space with workers laying down sod throughout the week. And perched at the edge of this landscaping is the new Antelope Statue. The statue's installment was pushed past spring commencement due to the delayed Otto Olson building demolition. Now the 10 feet tall sculpture stands as the centerpiece to the 26th Street Mall.
It's a welcome mat. It's the welcoming moment to any visitor of campus. You get the Loper at the front, and then you have the setting in the foreground. So you get this vista as you drive uphill.
The artist behind the pronghorn is Mark Lundeen, a Holdridge native and a 1981 UNK graduate. The bronze form was created at Art Castings of Colorado. Lighting will be installed to highlight the statue, and a dedication ceremony will be held during homecoming week, October 24th through the 29th. In the meantime, landscapers are finishing the green space of the 26th Street Mall. For Antelope News, I'm Grace McDonald.
What do students think of the statue? Daniel Kahn finds out in this edition of Loper Speak.
Well, I think the new Loper statue is very good because right here, this area used to be just parking lot, something simple. So this year it's good to see them, try to customize the campus and make it look good for any visitor or newcomers that coming into UNK.
Yeah, I think it's taken up some space for parking. I think parking is a real issue here.
I think it's a really nice statue. I think it really symbolizes our university.
I mean, it looks pretty cool. I honestly didn't know what the Lopers were until I got here. I was like, I don't know what Lopers is.
Yeah, Louis, isn't it a beautiful thing? It's going to overlook this beautiful green space in the fountain, and at night it's going to make for a pretty cool scene.
I think it's pretty cool, but I also kind of feel like it should have been a parking lot because they don't have enough parking here because the school is growing, which is a good thing.
Rain throughout the week brought some much-needed water to the area. Mitchell Learman and Kristen Witovic went out to the field to survey the dry conditions.
If you think this cow is looking for grass in a pasture, think again. This is the Platte River, experiencing historic lows after a summer drought.
The U.S. Geological Survey has a gauge at the Kearney Bridge, and for the last several weeks, the flows have been the lowest that they've been recorded.
Some areas have been better off than others. Here at the river's north channel south of Kearney, flow is up after showers and storms throughout the week. But at the south channel near Fort Kearney, it's a different story.
We came back to the river 1 week later after showers and thunderstorms, but as you can see, the river is still dry.
Here in central Nebraska, there's a lot of irrigation. We're in this very hot, dry period, and so the irrigation needs for the river are very high to sustain those crops. The risk our water sustains all life, and we can't live without it. The organisms that make this a place that we find beautiful, that supports the habitat and provides the resources that the diversity of life depend upon, need that water. And so when we don't have water, we start to break the threads that form all those connections.
As crops leave the field, irrigation demands should come down. The question now is if snowfall and spring rain will be enough to revitalize water flows along the Platte. For the Antelope, I'm Mitchell Learman.
Back here on campus, the UNK Hispanic Student Association kicked off Latinx and Hispanic Heritage Month in style. Here's Kylie Schwab.
Latinx Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated from September 15th to October 15th. UNK Hispanic Student Association hosted its annual Latinx Heritage Month celebration on Tuesday, September 20th. HSA Vice President Maria Carla Garcia Quintana led a salsa lesson where students and community members had the opportunity to show off their dance skills. Kevin Narvkal, a sophomore RA and sports management major, enjoyed seeing his residents out on the dance floor.
Seeing all my residents meet new people and learn salsa and just get out and enjoy themselves and take a break from studying in all the classes, because having a fun time is what college is about sometimes and not always just book studying.
The night was filled with dancing, food catered by UNK Dining, and live music from Afro-Cuban Jazz Orchestra Andy William and the Nebraska All-Stars. For Antelope News, I'm Kylie Schwab.
After all that dancing, students may need a little caffeine. Java Notes returned to the Fine Arts Building after closing due to COVID-19 in 2020. 2 years later, art students can grab food and coffee on their way to class.
I'm really happy because being a music education major, I spend a lot of time in this building, so it's a lot more convenient to go get to Java Notes and get coffee or something to eat because I don't have enough time for lunch instead of going all the way to the Union.
Good food, good service, definitely I'd say, really nice environment and stuff.
Java Notes is managed by Sodexo Food Services.
Messages of hope. Those are what students were leaving for each other at Cope Fountain last week. These notes of encouragement were part of Suicide Prevention Week. The event was hosted by local foundation McKenna's Ray of Hope. Students also pledged to the Bandana Project, wearing a green bandana to let others know they want to have conversations about tough issues.
And a new student organization is encouraging those conversations. Talk About It, Mental Health on Campus is a collaboration with UNK Student Health and Counseling and the Behavioral Health Education Center of Nebraska to have conversations about mental health.
We want to shout from a mountaintop, hey, we have these resources that are on campus and off campus, and there's no shame in accepting help. In fact, it's strength.
Talk About It meets every second Wednesday of the month at 4 p.m. in the College of Education.
Loper Volleyball continues to grow their winning record and climb in rankings this season. This last Saturday, they played Central Oklahoma.
UNK coming out of the gate swinging with number 16 CCBM with a solid kill. Putting down a block on the other side for a UNK point. 27 swings it, and they bring it right back over, and she says, put it up again for me, as she puts it down on Central Oklahoma's side for a point. Here in the late second set, number 18 for the UNK Lopers puts a roll shot right over that block and puts it down for the UNK point. Central Oklahoma continues to fight throughout the matches, winning the second set. Once again, number 16 coming up for a hit and hits it right off the hands of a passer. Late in the fourth set, number 23 for the UNK Lopers puts down a point, and that will give the UNK their win of the night against Central Oklahoma.
Loper Volleyball will have games this Tuesday and Friday. Thank you for watching Antelope News. If you liked our show, please subscribe at our channel on YouTube.
We'll be back in October with more Antelope News. We end our show with more footage from the Latinx Heritage Month celebration. Go Lopers!